Hi guys, I'm Dave in real life and welcome to today's UNMISSABLE. In today's video we're going to take a look back at what happened at Survivor Series. Oh my god, have you caught your breath yet? Because that was certainly breathtaking. What a great pay-per-view to finish off 2024. Yeah, we are going to go through each individual match, giving you my thoughts, my feelings. I've had a little bit of time to have a good old think about what went down last night. So, we'll have a little bit of a run through, a bit of a journey through Survivor Series. And I'll just give you my genuine thoughts of what I thought was great, what I thought was a little bit trash, and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, without further ado, we are going to have a look at the Women's War Games, which did start the show. And it was a pretty decent match, in my opinion. Quite a lot of botches in there, a little bit of like staged. I can't even use it. Like, it looked like they practiced it quite a lot. But there were some awful moments in there. A sunset flip by EO, what didn't work. You get what I mean. But what we did have during this match was Tiffany Stratton attempting to cash in her Money in the Bank. She had Nia and Liv Morgan laid out on the floor, only to be met by Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez stopped the cash-in, which was a bit weird because I felt like Tiffany would have cashed in on Nia anyway and not Liv Morgan. So what has that got to do with Raquel? So, Raquel stopping the cash-in attempt. There was some wonderful moments during this match. Raquel herself ended up fastened to the ring by handcuffs, which really injured her in the contest. And then plus we had a fantastic moment where Io Sky, wearing a trash can, as she does, well, actually a designed trash can, especially for her. And then obviously Tiffany Stratton was also up on top of the cage as well. There wasn't quite in sync with their moonsaults, but still it looked impressive enough, taking out all the other members. There were quite a few just like lined up on both rings. So yeah, this was an epic moment and certainly the highlight of the female match. Team Rhea eventually won when Rhea Ripley riptide off the top rope through a table to get the pinfall over Liv Morgan. Yes, revenge certainly dished out on tonight's War Games match. There was other interesting side notes as well. Obviously, it was Naomi's birthday. She came out wearing a birthday hat, which I thought was weird. I didn't know it was a birthday. And I was like, why is she wearing a birthday hat? It felt like she'd just come from a kid's party or something. But yeah, it was Naomi's birthday. And she did celebrate at the press conference. They all sang happy birthday to her, which was an epic moment. And I feel like a heel turn now would be weird. So might be striking that off on my bingo card for the end of the year, because Naomi looked like good spirits. Bailey's relationship with Bianca has certainly sorted itself out, I guess, as there was a point in the match where Bailey was actually using Bianca's hair. Bianca, I did thought was weird, had two strands to her hair, and this is the reason why, because Bailey was going to use the other one while she was using it, so they used it as a whip, basically. And obviously there was a little moment in the match where Io and Bailey confronted each other, obviously all the stuff from Damage Control, but their attention got aborted by other members of the other team, so we didn't get a confrontation between them two. And the match was pretty solid. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a little bit botchy in places, not too shabby though. I mean, it's always hard to go out first, and an important match like this, they did a good show. I mean, it was entertaining, and we had all the girls lined up. Bailey holding Bianca's hair. I think it's Naomi at the other side. And then obviously we got them on the cage at the top, which seems to be something that they always do now. But yeah, enjoyable match nonetheless. So Team Rhea won. And then we went to the second match of the night, and that was LA Knight versus Nakamura. And I've got to give high praise to Nakamura's new entrance. This looked absolutely boss. This looked absolutely amazing. His theme music is more darker than it's ever been before. I kind of like it. I mean, some people are out there complaining that he should have just his original music, but I like this. I like this new aesthetic, his new look. He's a broken samurai. And he came out with a samurai mask on. He is the new US champion. He won his match, which literally shocked everyone. I did not see this coming. I didn't think they'd pull the trigger on Nakamura this quick, but they have, and he won it clean. Well, clean-ish, as he did use the parting between both the rings to gain an advantage. So LA Knight was dropped onto the metal plate, and that's how Nakamura, with the Shinsasa, got the victory. I mean, yeah, Nakamura is your new United States champion. It's going to be very interesting when we get to SmackDown, let me tell you. But yeah, this was a shock and one of the main surprises of the show. Yeah, I was really down for this. Absolutely great news for Nakamura going forward. And then we got the triple threat match, Braun Breaker, Sheamus and Kaiser. This was a banger. I mean, we've literally had a banger after banger after banger at this moment in time, and this was certainly that. Lots of great moments in this match. God, how close was Sheamus? I think twice I thought he was going to get the pinfall. Oh, and the last one, oh my God. Braun Breaker speared into the chair in the corner. He got bro kicked by Sheamus, and he got down 1, 2, and just at that last second, Kaiser came in and pulled Sheamus, referee, actually out of the ring, but it was Sheamus, it was the referee. Oh, it was so close. How close were it to getting finally Sheamus as IC champion? But a little bit later, not only moments later, sorry, Braun Breaker would spear Kaiser in half and pick up the victory. I mean, yeah, Braun Breaker does retain, but how close was Sheamus in this match? Oh, really hope that WWE do give the IC title to Sheamus because he so deserves it. I mean, this match, I mean, just look at what he went through. I mean, look at the state of Sheamus's back here. I mean, he really puts his body on the line every single time that he competes, and oh my God, he is going to need a couple of weeks off for this. But yeah, this match was absolutely brilliant. Probably the match of the night, other than the men's War Games match, which we will get to in a bit. But yeah, this match was quality, and yeah, Braun Breaker retains. Then we go to the world title match, which is Gunther Damian Priest. This match, unfortunately, did not deliver as well as I thought it would do. I mean, quite lame in some places. It kind of toned down the show. We had three absolute bangers of matches where it was fast paced. I think we were still reeling from the shock of Nakamura winning, but yeah, this kind of slowed the pace down. I thought that Damian Priest sold the injury to his shoulder brilliantly throughout the match. He really felt like he was struggling, and yeah, we could see Gunther trying to take advantage of this. I mean, saying that he was injured, he did take the fight to Gunther, and there was obviously some time in this match where I thought, oh my God, could Damian Priest actually do it? Can he beat Gunther for the world title? But we did see a spot which would send Damian Priest outside the ring. He was overselling his shoulder again, and then out of the crowd came Finn Balor, coup de grace off the steps, straight into Damian Priest. But this was not how Gunther would wanted this match to go. He didn't want the interference, so he delivered his own punishment to Finn Balor. So that'll be interesting to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. Does Finn go after Gunther now? This could be fun. But yeah, a bit of a babyface turn here by Gunther. He took out Finn Balor. He does throw back Damian Priest into the ring and chokes out Damian Priest in a submission move. People were saying it was a Kimura. It wasn't. It was a double choke or something like that. But it was like a sleeper hold anyway, or an arm bar of some some description, but it wasn't a Kimura. Let's get that abundantly straight. I mean, Shayna Baszler says it's not a Kimura, so whatever Shayna Baszler says. But yeah, Gunter retains anyway, with a little bit of help from Finn Balor. Not that he wanted it or needed it. But yeah, that is how that match ended. It probably the weaker match of the show, to be honest. But what happened after this match is the interesting point. And if you don't already know, Damian Priest went searching for Finn Balor backstage, attacks Finn Balor while he's talking to Jackie Redmond, only to be attacked himself by JD McDonough and Carlito. And then we get this vicious chair shot onto the shoulder of Damian Priest. I don't know if this is going to allude to Damian Priest having time off, because obviously he's overselling this shoulder thing now, and then he's been attacked backstage as well with a chair. So interesting to see how all this plays out on Monday Night Raw. But yeah, this was a little bit of extra afters after the show. I mean, I don't know if it's a WWE exclusive on Twitter or when we're going to see this footage. They're definitely going to show this footage at some point. There is a cameraman clearly there. So, yeah, we will see this play out on Monday Night Raw. But, yeah, this was another little tidbit. We had this after Bad Blood, I believe, with Cody being attacked by Kevin Owens. So we're doing it again with this. So, yeah, interesting stuff. And good to see that WWE are using social media to its fullest. There's a moment, and it did actually happen after the Nakamura match, which I want to talk about quickly before we get into the main event talk. And that is this with Otis. We got a full Otis expose. we saw his little Otis. Oh my god! Yeah, couldn't believe this myself. Yeah, they pixelated out the obviously the rude bits. But it was to sell true classic shirts. I don't know what they are. I mean, obviously it's a company in America. But yeah, Otis forgot his pants, and to a shocked Maxine and Tozawa. None of the other employees, though, in the hallway looked shocked. Maybe Otis does this quite often. But anyway, I digress. It was just a fun little moment throughout the show, which caught a few people's attention. Definitely, yeah. Otis with no pants on. Anyway, we are going to take a look at the main event now. Bloodline versus original Bloodline. The Timu Bloodline, they came out first in unison. And then, obviously, when the original Bloodline came out, they all came out pretty much individual, actually. They did come out all individual, all having their own entrances. Jay coming out last. Tamatonga waiting in the ring. In fact, literally crawling all the way around the ring. He was literally on all the corners going round, just moving around on the actual cage, which looked like a caged animal at times. But yeah, Jay and Tamatonga did start off this match. It was good match, lots of stuff going off, even to the point where the new Bloodline had taken full advantage. They had the original Bloodline beat. But what was the story of this match wasn't really the Bloodline versus Bloodline, which it should have been. It was really the relationship between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I mean, honestly, there were some classic moments just in the shark cage alone. I mean, I hope they release footage of in the shark cage, because that would be hell of a fun, because there is a moment here where they're both stood side by side, one leaning at one side of the cage, the other one leaning at the other. Look like two husbands waiting for their wives in a changing room in a shop while they're trying on 100,000 dresses. I feel like most married men can relate to this situation. Basically, Roman would stop CM Punk getting into the match, allowing Sami Zayn to join. This caused a little bit of friction, what led up to that moment. And then CM Punk got pushed Roman out of the way to go into the match, leaving Roman in the cage by himself, which would end up being where Solo went in the last of the new bloodline, locked the cage behind him, which would have been a great idea by Solo if the cage didn't had a roof on it. Normally, War Games matches, especially in WCW, had a lid on it, but obviously for reasons in WWE, they took that off so they can do the high spots. But yeah, obviously Solo forgot all about this, and Roman did actually get into the ring by climbing the cage, which would have been obvious. But there's some interesting stuff during this match. There was a bit where CM Punk did join the match, and he had the toolbox. He puts Jacob Fatu's face into the toolbox like a bulldog, I think. And Jacob just absolutely no-sells the hell out of it. Oh, man, it's so good. CM Punk's face when this happened was a picture. And also, honestly, Jacob Fatu throughout this match was absolutely awesome and deserves all the flowers he can get. But he's so good. It was so good, man. There was a moment where Bronson Reed went to climb the cage. He was a Tusami effort. The Romans laid out on the table. CM Punk made the save, which shocked quite a few people, actually, because only moments earlier, CM Punk got a spear accidentally from Roman. So to see that kind of didn't get looked at, to be quite honest with you. And CM Punk helped Roman, earning Roman's respect. And I feel that like I said, that is the whole point of this match, is what would CM Punk's and Roman Reigns' relationship be throughout the match. I mean, yeah, obviously we were waiting for Seth or The Rock or whatever. None of them happened. Nobody showed up. The match just ended with the original Bloodline as winners. They celebrate. CM Punk and Roman Reigns shook hands at the end. It was so good, so much to talk about in this matchup. There's just so many good little moments that, you know what, it just impressed. I cannot wait to see what happens next. At the end of the match, CM Punk, obviously they won the match. CM Punk went down to Paul Heyman and they embraced, and he said, look, I will ask for a favour in the future. You can count on it. And Paul Heyman said, anytime. So if we don't get the reason, the favour announced on this show, I don't know what it's going to be, but it certainly looks like it's going to be long-term storytelling, folks. So this is not just going to be found out as easily as, okay, I want it now. It'll come at a later date. So just honestly keep your eyes and ears open for that. Obviously, there were... Sorry, my voice is breaking. After last night, we did an amazing 6-hour watch-along. So do apologise for my voice breaking throughout this video. But yeah, there was injuries to talk about. Bronson Reed maybe taking several weeks off. Obviously, he did that massive spot. The Tisami through a table. It looks like he could have broken a couple of ribs, so he's going to take some time off, apparently. And then Jimmy Uso, it was announced on the post show, the press conference, that he has broken his toe. So Jimmy could be out of action for a little while with a broken toe. And Jacob Fatu, which looked like he had picked up an injury, is okay. Apparently, he was meant to sell a leg injury during the match. He sold it that well that generally people thought he had an injury, but he's completely fine. We should know this with Jacob Fatu, because he did this before, if you remember, where he went through the announce desk and he was self the injury that he'd hurt his foot. And he was okay. He even went to the extremes of wearing a cast for a week. Jacob Fatu is absolutely insane and brilliant. And he is literally somebody what I feel like WWE are going to put a title on sooner rather than later. Cannot wait to see him versus CM Punk, maybe. Or him against Roman, which I feel they're still saving that confrontation between them two, which when that eventually happens, it's going to be amazing. But yeah, my final thoughts of Survivor Series. This video going on a lot longer than I anticipated. But lots of tough stuff to talk about. Of course, I even talked about Rhea Ripley's helmet, face mask, which I'm going to talk about now quickly before I close out this video. I mean, look at this. Awesome. Absolutely brilliant. And a bit closer look at the trash can. Honestly, some of the outfits were amazing. Rhea Ripley's was certainly high popping, that's for sure. And of course, everybody looking at Liv Morgan's bottom. There was no wardrobe malfunctions though, so yeah, I won't include them in this video anyway, you dirty pervs. But yeah, it was a great show. I absolutely enjoyed it. Highlight, of course, Nakamura winning the US Championship, which totally blew me away. I didn't expect that to happen, so that was a nice little shock. Yeah, there was no surprises. I know a lot of people were a bit down on that. No, we didn't see The Rock. We didn't see Steph, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I wasn't too bothered. I mean, we did linger at the end, where I did think, how they're going to do something, but they didn't. We just got fireworks. We got CM Punk doing the go to sleep while everybody was doing the acknowledge Roman thing. So, yeah, it was just so good, man. Yeah. One little thing what I did, which annoyed me, and I did state this on the live stream, this sponsorship in the ring. It looked a mess. I mean, I think I've forgiven the point that the Prime bottle thing was there. I couldn't care less about that. But then you had Diablo 3, and then the True Classic, and there was Sonic 3 in the corner. Oh, my God, it looked a mess. I don't like this. And it's something that Vince McMahon, I will agree with Vince McMahon that you shouldn't be spoiling the canvas with all this crap. I mean, it just looks rubbish. I mean, I know it was going to come in eventually because they do it in UFC, but no, I didn't agree with this. It looked horrible. It wasn't too much of a distraction from the action, but it was certainly something that I noticed pretty much straight away how bad it looked on the ring mat. Yeah, I wasn't happy at this. I mean, it's just, it's a bit cringy, to be honest. I wish WWE didn't go down this road, but obviously we are, so we're going to get this sponsorship on the ring canvas in the future. As long as it's not overly colourful and doesn't glare at you, I suppose we can get away with it, but it's still not a nice look, and I think, yeah, I'm not so keen on it. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below, of course. But yeah, I gave this show an 8 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. Great way to finish out 2024. Obviously, we've got Saturday night's main event still to come. Unfortunately, no watch along for that, but we will be back for Deadline next week. NXT's final PLE. That is going to be a blast. And of course, we are back live streaming for Monday Night Raw on Monday. There is going to be a bit of a chilled out stream on Sunday where we go Christmas shopping and looking for the latest WWE stuff, either on WWE Shop or Amazon, eBay, whatever. I'm going to see what's out there in the world of action figures and such like, and maybe give people some brilliant ideas for last minute Christmas presents. So yeah, lots of stuff happening on the channel. Make sure that you get involved by slapping a like on this one and hitting that notification bell. And yeah, I'll see you on Sunday night, and obviously back for Raw on Monday. So yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed Survivor Series. Put your scores in the comment section below. Let me know what was the highlight for you. And yeah, I'm rambling on way too long. This video is going to be insane. But yeah. Anyway, Survivor Series in the bag. Last PLE for WWE of 2024. We can all take a breath now. And I'm going to chill out. See you all later. I've been David in real life. You guys have been awesome. Bye for now.